my name is Ginny Thrasher. If you do not know, I'm the 2016 Olympic champion in women's air rifle. So excited to be coming here to chat with you guys today while I live commentate the mixed team Olympic gold medal match. So this is a brand new match. It is debuting in 2021 and we are down to 2 teams. So we started with many teams, and the first qualification cut us down from however many teams entered to the top 8 teams. Now each team is made up of a male-female pair from the same country, and each country can have up to 2 teams in this event. So after we got to the top 8 teams, they shot a second qualification round, and that got us to the top 4 teams. So the top 2 qualifiers from those top 4 teams are now shooting the gold medal match, and we actually have a very hotly contested match about to begin. I think it's going to be super competitive, and I'm so excited to see what happens. So we have 2 teams going against each other, and the first team in qualifications was actually from China. Now this team features 2 shooters, one of which who won the women's air rifle gold medal a few days ago, and the other which who came in 3rd and won the bronze medal for the men's air rifle event. So some very hotly contested and competitive, experienced athletes. And then for the USA, we actually have 2 athletes who both came in 6th in their events, which were just a few days ago. So if you are trying to watch at home and you are in America, you can watch this on the NBC app or website. So if you type in NBC shooting live, you will get this. I can't display this actively, otherwise, copyright issues. If you are not in America or you want to follow along on another method, you can go to the Olympics.com website where you can find that live. Now, if you do that, it's not going to be the live stream video, it will just be the scores, which can be a little confusing, but I'm here to walk you through it. So, alright, so what happens is they just finished their sighting. So they had 5 minutes to sight in this gorgeous finals hall in Tokyo, Japan. And now they're doing some introductions. So the announcers are introducing their names, the audience, although there's not much of an audience, mostly just other teammates and other athletes from different countries who are within the shooting sports, and coaches. The audience is there, they're clapping, they're getting introduced. So now they're going to take their positions and they are going to shoot. So what happens is there is 50 seconds. Each athlete, so the 2 American athletes and the 2 Chinese athletes, are going to shoot 1 shot in 50 seconds. They're going to add the scores up. The 2 Chinese athletes' scores get added, the 2 American athletes' scores get added, and whoever has the highest combined score gets a point, 2 points. So they get 2 points. The first team to 16 points wins. So this could be done as fast as 8 shots, which would be 50 seconds a shot plus a little announcing after every shot, 10 minutes basically. But often that does not happen. So most finals, and I expect this final too as well, will go, 2 points here, 2 points there, 4 points, 4 points, and it'll just keep going like that. So they are loading their first shot now on this screen. So as you can see, this is on the NBC website, which has a live video feed of the finals hall. Would definitely encourage you to pull that up. Yes, so they are loading that now. They're about to start their first shot, and we will see what they shoot. In this event, it's pretty crazy how accurate it is. So what they're shooting at is actually the size of a period at the end of a sentence in size 12 Times New Roman font from 10 meters or 33 feet away. So when they are shooting at that, basically if they're hitting that, it's a good shot. If they overlap that significantly, it's a very good shot. And if they miss that, it's really not a good shot at this level. So the margin of error is so difficult. So we will see, and especially when you are in an Olympic final, you are nervous, your heart is pounding. All right, so first shot is done. And we have 10s across the board. Our highest ranking 10 was a 10.5. So, Yang both of their last names are Yang. Okay, so we have Horan Yang. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I am so sorry. Who is our male athlete from China, and Qian Yang, who is our female athlete. So, Qian shot a 10.5, Mary shot a 10.5. So our girls are both starting strong, whereas both of our men, one shot a 10.3, one shot a 10.2. So basically by a difference of 0.1, which is literally a hair, China's going to take the first 2 points. So now a little announcements. They're going to load and shoot again. So the cool part about this is both of these countries, all 4 of these athletes are guaranteed a medal. Because they are in the gold medal match, the winner's going to get gold, and the person who doesn't win it is going to get silver. We just competed the bronze medal match before this between Russia and South Korea, and Russia ended up taking the bronze, including Sergei Kamensky, who is a friend of mine, and he is actually a very accomplished athlete from the Rio Olympics. Anyway, so these athletes are shooting now. Ooh, a rare 9, a 9.7 from Qian, and that means that America is going to take the second set of points. So we are all tied up, 2-2. Just a reminder, the first athletes to get to 16 points, the first team, will win the gold medal in this event. And this is the debut of this mixed team event in the Olympics. So super exciting to kind of watch history being made. And we talk a lot about gender equality in the Olympics, of course, and shooting's one of the few sports where there is, you know, probably the closest to gender equality you're gonna get. Of course, it's not completely always the exact same. I would say women get better a little earlier. I would say eventually, sorry, a weird shot just appeared on the screen. Okay, they fixed it. Few technical issues. So, you know, it's really interesting to see if girls or guys compete better, and most of the time they're pretty close, not completely close. A lot of people ask, you know, why aren't they completely combined? Well, no Olympic events are completely combined, but this mixed team format is becoming very popular in archery, in shooting, in a lot of different events. So, all right, on that shot, Horan Yang, who won a bronze just a few days ago, also went to the Rio Olympics, shot a 10.9. That is the perfect score. His teammate shot a 10.0. Mary, unfortunately, had a 9.9, which is not an ideal score, but Lucas had a strong 10.7. Unfortunately, that means China took the next 2 points. So we are now 4-2. Like I said, this is going to be a very back and forth Olympic gold medal match. You can see when you're watching that the coaches are behind them, and one of the fun and unique things about this event is the coaches can actually call a timeout. So the coaches can come, walk up, call a timeout, and I think they get like, I don't know, 45 seconds or something, and they can say something. To be honest, not the most useful. They're trying to put strategy into it, but not super useful in this shooting event, just because there's not much you can say, right? As an athlete, you are there, you are doing it yourself, and other than having like a major correction, there's nothing the coach can do. All right, so on this next round, they actually tied. Both teams had a 20.7, which means both teams get 1 point. So China score 5, USA score 3. First team to 16 points wins. All right. They are looking pretty calm and composed. This is definitely a sport where your emotional state needs to be very consistent. You need to be controlled through the highs and the lows, the good shots and the bad shots. But we have some very experienced athletes here. So Lucas is one of the best American male shooters out there right now. He actually, in the final, came in 6th place, but he shot a great qualifying score and qualified in 2nd. And his teammate, Will Shaner, actually ended up winning the final at 20 years old. So amazing to see. But I have shot mixed team with both of those men before in competition. So actually Will and I shot in a junior match way back when I was a junior a few years ago. And that's when they first started debuting these mixed team events. So it was a different format in that time. And then I actually competed in the mixed team event with Lucas very recently, less than a year ago. We were in Hungary and Poland shooting some matches last fall, and it was so much fun. Lucas's strength is as a qualification shooter, and I would say my strength is more as a finals shooter. So we were getting ready to go to the final for the gold medal match, competing against Peter and Roxana Seedy. And Lucas looks at me and he goes, I carried you through that qualification. And I looked at him and I was like, hold my earrings, because you're about to see a final. He knows how to get me stirred up. We do train together a lot in Colorado Springs. And it worked. So I shot a very good final, and we actually ended up winning gold in that match. So kind of funny. And we came off the line and he was like, you carried me through that one. But all good. So, and I know Lucas and Mary have been practicing together virtually. So Mary is a student athlete at the University of Kentucky. Lucas is a full-time resident athlete in Colorado Springs. So they have been doing a lot of virtual mixed team events to practice these finals together, just to get the team chemistry and everything. And it is hard because Mary obviously is in class too, so they would do it very early in the morning to account for the time change and her collegiate class schedule. So I would come in and they would be already finishing, and I'm not really a morning person. So but yes, all right, these athletes are now tied up. The score is 5-5, which is like we said, it's going to be a very tight final all the way through. All of these athletes are competing well. We only have 2 9s on the screen with 24 shots in. So, and there is no cap on shots. This goes until 16 points are hit, I believe. Okay, interesting. I think the Chinese coach is calling a timeout. This is super interesting. I wonder if that is a strategical move to kind of get in the heads of the U.S. athletes. He's going up and talking to Qian, the female athlete. She's shaking her head yes. Don't know what they're saying. Obviously, it is not in English. Everyone else is holding, just very focused on the target. And okay, now they are going to resume. All right. And, ooh, low scoring round, but not too bad. Mary with a 10.2, Lucas with a 10.3, Qian 10.1, and Haran with a 10.2. So 2 points for USA, which means in the last 3 shots, USA has won all of them. They are now up to 9 points, and China is at 5. Now, this is far from over. These shooters look like they are trying to relax into position. Obviously, their hearts are racing. Their holds probably aren't as good as they are in practice, but that's okay. It's not about comparing yourself to practice. It's comparing to yourself to what you're capable of and to the people competing today under those exact same conditions. So, all right. Mary looking very stoic, just looking very calm as she loads the next pellet. On command, these athletes are not allowed to load before the command load is given. It is a penalty if they do. So basically they load, and then there's about 5 seconds before it's called start, and then they have 50 seconds for the shot, as we've discussed. So you can see the other athletes from Russia and South Korea are watching on the floor with their coaches. And the USA coach, Dan Durbin, is watching behind. And if you guys have tuned into my live streams earlier this week, you will know that Dan Durbin is actually going to be my next guest after the Olympics on my Instagram Live, we're going to talk to him all about how the Olympics were, all about what it's like to coach the Olympic team. And this is not his first Olympic team, so it should be super exciting to talk to him. And that is at Jenny Thrasher if you are unaware. Yes, this is super exciting. I've also talked to Lucas before on my Instagram live, so if you want to get to know him a little more, you can go search that video up. All right, so China rebounds very strongly with a 10.6 and a 10.8. So they win. That's actually the highest scoring total of the whole match for two shots. So they win those 2 points. So it is now 9 USA, 7 China. Very close match. I really like Haran's gun. It has flames on it, which is super cool. And all of these guns are, I kind of equate them to sports cars. So there is some level of customization. There are some brands that are preferred, but these are fine-tuned guns, right? These are not random air rifles that you can buy for $200, $300, $400 online or at Walmart. These are finely tuned and customized to each person's body and preference, just like sports cars are. So, all right, they are loading, they are shooting again. We are only, ooh, interesting. So Mary shoots another 9, a 9.8, and on the other side of the spectrum from China we have a 10.4 and a 10.6, which means they are now tied. We are 9-9, 16 points to win. This is anyone's game, truly. So yeah, gonna need some, we'll see if it's going to be consistency that wins this, or if it's going to be just very like strong shots all of a sudden, if that makes sense. So Mary kind of shaking her head after that 9.8, not looking too happy with it, of course. So anyway, yes, 3 of the guns in this are actually from the brand Feinrichsbau, which is the gun I shoot. And I would say that is a commonly favored gun in China. In America, it is more split. So Mary's shooting a Pardini, but I would say Walther and Anschutz are also very popular brands. But again, a lot of it's personal preference. And oh my goodness. So China had a weak round on that one with a 9.9 and a 10.0. America didn't shoot a great round, but it was enough to squeak out another 2 points. So 10.4 from Mary, 10.1 from Lucas. It is now 11 USA, 9 China. So we are getting close. The nice thing about these finals is they are fast-paced. They go very quickly. We're at about 20 minutes right now. So maybe in another 5 minutes we'll know who wins. It's also nice because your scores zero out after every shot. So if you do have a really wide shot, it's okay. The scores zero out, which I really like because I think it portrays the athlete's grit, because you can't give up. Whereas if you're in a normal final where scores keep going, sometimes you just get into a hole and it doesn't matter how well you're shooting at that point. You may be in too deep and get eliminated. But with this, truly, it is never over. So I really like that about the mixed team finals in particular. So, all right, we are waiting for their next shot results to come up. Looks like a super beautiful range. I hope to get to shoot on it one day. All right, so Mary, 10.6, Lucas, 10.2, Haran Yang, 10.5, and Qian Yang, 10.8. That means China takes that point, which ties us up 11-11 once again. Super exciting. Oh my gosh. Obviously, I am rooting for the USA in this. If you can't tell by my USA shirts and my flags, definitely a proud American over here, so rooting for them. This will be our USA's 4th medal in the shooting event so far. So Will Shaner kicked it off with men's air rifle gold, which is actually the first men's air rifle gold in all of US history, I believe. Don't fact check me on that one. And then yesterday, super exciting, Amber English in her first Olympics. She was right on the cusp of making the Olympics in 2012 and 2016. And in 2021, first Olympics women's ski gold medal. It was amazing to watch, especially after she won. Just the level of emotion. I always like it when athletes are just overwhelmed and so happy, and just of course it's a lot of emotion. I feel like a lot of other athletes like me, when I won, I was just stunned. Like, I was grinning like a fool, but just kind of stunned. And then after that, men's ski, historic night. So Vincent Hancock, who won gold in 2008, he won gold in 2012, came and won gold again in Tokyo 2021. 3-time Olympic gold medalist, men's ski, amazing athlete. I also talked to him on my Instagram live interviews, so if you want to check that out, I definitely would. It was super interesting to kind of get the perspective of someone who's kind of been shooting for 4 Olympics. That's a long span of time, and I felt like he had a lot of perspective as to like how his career and how he had changed as a person over that time. All right, so on the next shot, China, very strong round, 10.7, 10.8. They take the points. It is now China 13, America 11, and lots of time to go. So we will see what happens. Cross your fingers. Yeah, they're panning to Dan. Dan looks very calm. I think that's the USA national rifle coach. I think it's hard for the coaches because they have to be calm, but at the end of the day, they have no control. They don't really have any control over what's going on. So they are calm on the outside, but on the inside, maybe there's a little bit of panic, but Dan's really good about not showing it. So, all right, another shot. It's interesting. Yang, the Olympic champion from just a few days ago at 20 years old, she's always the slowest shooter. She's the one where the scores pop up last, which is kind of interesting. Everyone has a different rhythm. I would say athletes who also shoot small bore. So Huran Yang actually has the finals record for small bore, the 3-position event, which is coming up in a few days. Truly a amazing, fantastic 2-gun shooter. Athletes that shoot small bore, I think, are a little more variable with their time, in a good way. I mean, they're more adaptable because they're used to shooting in the wind. And when you shoot in the wind, you shoot when there's an opportunity, not necessarily on your exact pace and time. So I am definitely like that too. So interesting to see. All right. Ooh, a very close point. 20.7 from the USA, 20.8 from China. It is now 15-11. We are match point, as they say in tennis. If China wins or ties this next shot, they will win the gold medal. USA will take silver. But USA said not today. Mary with a 10.5, Lucas with a 10.6, obviously highly motivated. So now the score is China 15, USA 13. So USA will be looking for another strong point to try to stay in this game, because if China wins or ties on this single shot, they will take the gold medal. Very close. Cross your fingers, deep 10s, 10.8s and above only. That's what we're hoping for. But either way, a medal and anytime you're on the podium, in any position, is a great time. Great day. So, all right, we are waiting for the scores to upload. Super exciting. Like I said, mixed team events are always fun. They're a lot faster paced than the normal events. Just the time between the first qualification, the second qualification, and the final is just, it is go, go, go. You do not have a lot of time to settle yourself. So I think it favors experienced athletes who can more quickly get that settling. But it's, again, like anything, because it's kind of new, I mean, it's within the last 4 years kind of been introduced, practice, and you can tell the athletes who have practiced that. So, whew, all right, so we are now shooting, oh no, Mary shoots a 9.8, looks like a bit of a tough final for her. Lucas shoots a 10.0, and China 10.7, 10.4 respectively. They take the last point. It is 17-13 final score. China wins the gold medal. USA takes silver. Any day on the podium is a great day. So the video's lagging behind a little bit. I'm gonna stay on and see what their reactions are. It's really hard to tell whether athletes are gonna be happy with their performance. Most of the time, they're overwhelmed and maybe not as happy as they, will be after processing for a little bit. It definitely takes a little while to process. So we will wait. Chinese coach is, oh my gosh, he is fist pumping in the air, screaming. Oh, what a display of well, of course he stopped as soon as I, okay, big grin from our two Chinese athletes. A little somber looking from USA. Lucas goes and gives Mary a hug. Fist pumps between our Chinese athletes. Wonderful. And now, of course, everyone's great sports. Shaking hands. All right. It's funny how much shorter the girls are than the guys. I'm 5'1" myself, so I relate to it. But all right, they are announcing a huge Chinese contingent in the crowd, cheering, big flag. Also a big USA contingent. I see a lot of the shotgun shooters coming to support their teammates. Love to see it for sure. So anyway, that brings USA's total medal count up to 4. So gold men's air rifle, gold women's ski, gold men's ski, and silver air rifle mixed team in the debut event. Now they are taking some photos. These athletes are gonna have a big day ahead of them with lots of media. After I won in 2016, I spent 11 hours doing media afterwards. So super exciting, and they will rest up. So for Lucas, that is the end of his Olympics in 2021. He will be on the plane home soon. And for Mary, she will go on to compete in the women's 3P event in a few days. So if you are unaware, I am live commentating any shooting final where an American makes it. So keep up to date with my Instagram to know when I'm going live and to support your American shooting athletes. So thank you for attending, and we will see you for another day. Bye now.